one story dominating everything this morning, Ciara. The story across all the front pages of the papers today, and that is the truly shocking murder of Ashling Murphy. And you would have heard on the news as well, breaking news overnight, the man who had been arrested after the murder of Ashling was released without charge from Tullamore Garda Station, and Gardaí stressing that he has been eliminated as a suspect by Garda investigators. Ciara, it's a story that has touched a nerve across the whole country, I think it's fair to say.
Absolutely it has, Shane, and to be honest, I have been inundated with messages from women. I know Newstalk Breakfast and The Station and Lunchtime Live have been inundated with messages from women who are afraid, women who have previously been assaulted, women who have been victims of domestic violence, women who have had near misses out there. And to me, there is a reason. The reason that this has been this collective outpouring of upset and distress and grief is because so many women all too readily identify with this incident. And, you know, you and I talked about this on Newstalk Breakfast about 4 months ago when we highlighted the Women After Dark, where we said 90% of women are afraid on the streets in Ireland after dark here. And to me, I think it is clear that women are upset, not because they knew Ashling, because they didn't. They are upset because they feel that they could be Ashling. And I think that is a really sad indictment of our society. And I think how women have managed that, Shane, is they have shrunken their own worlds. They don't go out after dark. They don't walk in certain areas. And I said this earlier, but I was thinking about this only yesterday for the first time I think I've ever thought about it. I've never been to a woods for a walk on my own. Never gone to a woods, lovely tramping around the woods. Never done that on my own because I would be nervous of doing so. But that shrinking of our worlds isn't working. Us withdrawing from spaces isn't working because we're still not safe. So I think we need to move this conversation forward and say not what are women to do about this. How can we adapt our behaviour? I think we have to start asking the question, what are men going to do about this? How can we change? Not all men, and I know that, but those men who do this, how can we change their behaviour?
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot of different emotions at play here. Look, I think people are devastated for the Murphy family, and the idea a young woman with her whole life ahead of her having her life so cruelly taken away. I think people are devastated for that reason, and I think you're right. I think particularly women are also angry and afraid and can identify with that feeling of being worried about going out at certain times, as you say, having to self-regulate their behaviour. We obviously don't know the circumstances surrounding this particular murder, but what we do know, as you said, Ciara, is lots of women feel worried, feel alarmed, feel afraid going out at certain times, and that is a conversation we need to have, and that's something we need to address as a nation, as a country.